Watch this quick video in full to see how you can increase the click-through rates on your buttons. Okay guys, so just a couple of reminders before we get into that quick actionable stuff that you can implement today to skyrocket your click-through rates. If you are watching this on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button below. Stay up to date with the latest videos that we drop. We're constantly dropping the latest tips, tricks, and useful insights and information on conversion rate optimization and conversion design. And secondly, if you are not inside our free group, head on over to Facebook, search for Conversion Rate Community. You can find our group, it's free to join. And that's where we keep you constantly updated. We're doing live streams, special guests, news, tips, tricks, and everything else, all conversion rate. We eat, sleep, live, breathe this stuff. Make sure you join the group today. Okay, I'm gonna be using ClickFunnels as an example here, just because it gives me a real visual element of me showing you things on the page, as I can drag and drop things around and show you how you can quickly and easily increase your click-through rates, and because I wanna give you real life examples. I picked the classic sales letter template by ClickFunnels, and I want to show you how their templates are okay, but how you can make them so much better and get way more out of your conversion rates. So we scroll down, we're going to find the first button here. This is your call to action. Lesson number one, and really importantly, is to make sure that button stands out. What I mean by that is if your brand colors and your colors all over your page are this blue, do not make this button blue. This is a good example. They've got a blue background and a white background, and then the button is this yellow orangey color that stands out. But if, say for example, this was all yellow and orange and your brand was yellow and orange, do not make that button orange or yellow. That is the first mistake we see so many people making, okay? You want it to stand out. If you are questioning which colors to use, then Amazon orange or a vibrant green work really well, as long as that brand color and your primary color and your color palette are not those two colors. So I'm going to go ahead here. I'm going to change this to a nice Amazon kind of burnt orange. The second thing to note is the text on the call to action. So this isn't too bad. Yes, I want instant access now. This is probably aimed towards more of a kind of course or a sales product online, a program, get instant access. But let's say this was an e-commerce page, for example. You want to make sure that you're having a couple of buzzwords in that call to action. Add to cart is boring. Buy now is boring. You want the word now, and you want the word something like get, grab, skyrocket. Okay, so I go with the classic if it's e-com, something like get mine now. Okay, so already that's short, that's snappy. It really pushes that action. It pushes someone to click. Get mine now, grab mine now, rush my order, skyrocket. You know, those buzzwords really work. And then lastly, you've probably watched our videos before, we are going to use an emoji, okay? Go to Google, search for pointing finger emoji, grab it from Emojipedia or anywhere else, and put it on your buttons. Trust me guys, it works. It will increase your click-through rates. Okay, so that's number one about your button. Now this is your button, okay? We've done the color, we've done the text, we've done the emoji. Great, your button's done, but your button is far from finished. We need to add the all-important, what I call buffers or padding around those buttons. And wherever you have these call to actions on your page, do the same here, okay? And those two buffers are as follows: trust and social proof. It doesn't matter if they're both underneath. I wouldn't put both above. It maybe works best and looks aesthetically better if you have one above and one underneath. And they're gonna act as little buffers to that button to encourage people subconsciously to click it more. And I'll give you some examples, okay? I'm gonna add a section here, and I'm gonna use an image because I know we have it inside our account. I'm gonna drag this one above, and I'm just gonna go ahead and grab the image that I'm talking about. Okay, so we want some social proof. So here we go. So this is social proof. I'm just gonna add some padding on top margin here so it gives it a bit of space. I'm going to change the width to, let's say 300, no, too small, 400, no, too small, let's go 500, perfect, okay? So we have social proof in the form of Trustpilot icons, the stars. You could just use emojis, stars. It doesn't matter what builder you're using, theme, you don't have to be using ClickFunnels. It's really easy to go and get some stars, even if you just have to use plain text with emojis. Anyone can do this. And then put in some text beside it. Don't just have the social proof, make sure you have some emotive text beside it. So again, 4.8 out of 5 stars is better converting than 5 out of 5 because 5 out of 5 is not believable and it doesn't convert as well. Okay, and secondly, we don't just stop there. We don't just say 4.8 out of 5 stars. We say 4.8 out of 5 stars by benefit, okay, by hundreds of e-commerce students. So this is for our workshop internally. This is how we get opt-ins for our workshop. We get onto the mindset of the consumer and grab those touch points, you know, hundreds of e-commerce students. Okay, so if you're selling, for example, a fitness product, rated 4.8 out of 5 stars by hundreds of happy, fit people, okay? Pulling those heartstrings. So we've touched on that first buffer, which is social proof. The second buffer that we're going to add another image underneath this element. And the second buffer that we're going to do is trust. Now, how do we get trust across on a sales page, especially when we're selling something? Well, we utilize something like this. And again, this is very, very much readily available on Google. If you just Google payment seals, you will find a list of these types of images. Make sure you grab the PNG so it has a transparent background and just add it below your buttons. Again, I'm going to play with that size. Too big. 300, probably about right, okay? So why does this instill trust? Because we're listing the merchant processes that we accept on our site, Visa, Amex, PayPal, MasterCard, Stripe, etc. We're telling them it's a guaranteed safe checkout, and that consumer then comes and lands on this landing page and they trust in those brands, so subconsciously they go, oh, Amex, okay, Amex trusts this company, therefore I trust this company. So that kind of concludes the tips. Trust and social proof buffers, making sure you have a color that stands out against your brand, using an emotive, grabbing text on your button, putting that pointing emoji, and make sure you repeat the process throughout the page. I haven't scrolled down this page, but I would do exactly the same here, okay? Exactly the same throughout the page, repeating it. Be consistent with your call to actions, and you will increase your click-through rates. If this has helped, hit that subscribe button below, join our Facebook group, and I'll see you on another free video very, very soon.